have said to you, like when you first started talking to them, that immediately you were just like,
okay, I have two, but I'm gonna pick my favorite. I had been on 2 dates with this guy, and it went well. He's nice. So many green flags that it was almost a red flag for me. Like, where is the red flag? Everything, you say all the right things. And then he texted and asked me, what kind of guy are you looking for? What is it that you want in a man? Because I want to be everything you want and still be myself. And immediately ick, because I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking for so that you become that person and teach you all the ways to manipulate me. No, immediately no. And while some girls would be like, oh, that's so cute, not me. I instantly was like, there it is, there's the red flag.
Guys, these girls are so used to dating bad boys and chads when even if you offer them something good, guys, they don't want it. Okay, they're attracted to the men who are nothing but red flags, and when some dude comes along who's green flags, who, you know, gives her what she wants and stuff like that, she doesn't want him. She'll treat him like a piece of crap. She will look for any reason to disqualify a man who is actually good for her, guys. And this is why I have absolutely no sympathy, guys, for these women who are out here and they constantly get cheated on or lied to. It's almost like they are choosing the cheaters and the liars. But what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again with another response video. And on today's show, guys, we are going to be going through some of these clown world TikToks talking about what modern women would like to see in dating. So without further ado, guys, let's jump in. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and we're going to break down this first clip first before we continue.
like when you first started talking to them, that immediately you were just like,
Okay, I have two, but I'm gonna pick my favorite. I had been on 2 dates with this guy, and it went well. He's nice. So many green flags that it was almost a red flag for me. Like,
yeah, and the reason why you say that is because green flags are red flags to you. Guys, this is why a lot of men are just so absolutely done doing things for women. The video previous to this one, guys, where the girl was complaining about the fact that dudes who were walking by didn't help a girl load her car. Guys are so done being helpful, doing these things for you because the gratitude isn't even there, guys. Notice how this guy who has, you know, for all intents and purposes, seemingly has demonstrated nothing but green flags. She looks for a reason to disqualify him, guys, right? Because she's not attracted to him. Right, you can tell right from the outset, man. I mean, we got the tattoos, you know, we got the nose piercing going on, okay, guys? Like, these girls, they are attracted to men who demonstrate to them nothing but red flags.
where is the red flag? Everything, you say all the right things. And then he texted and asked me, what kind of guy are you looking for? What is it that you want in a man? Because I want to be everything you want.
Okay, you see, the reason, guys, this text is so disgusting to women. And the reason that it's disgusting is because women don't want men who change themselves for them. Right, guys, like we've gone over one of the first videos that did really well on this channel, guys, was it was like a girl who was with her partner, right? And she was complaining the entire time about how he didn't do things for her and he needed to stop going out partying and he needed to change for her and the kid. And you know what happened, guys? The moment that that man changed, she broke up the relationship and she became a single mother. Right? Because girls do not want men to change. They will sit on here, man, and complain all day. They will cry about it all day. Men need to change for me. Men need to do this. Men need to do that. And the moment you do, guys, that's when they lose interest. Right? Who cares what she's looking for in a man, guys? Right? Like, why the hell would you even ask? Who cares what you're like? Don't take these girls so seriously, man.
And still be myself. And immediately ick, because I'm not going to tell you what I'm looking for so that you become that person and teach you all the ways to manipulate me.
I don't know any sane person who thinks like that right off the bat, guys. Do you know what I mean? It's like this is such a really questionable line of thinking. Right? Have you guys ever noticed this? Before I even continue with the video, guys, how, and I saw AMS, who's another YouTuber, he made this point, okay? He made the point of saying, you know, whenever a girl says something awful, men don't automatically go, who hurt you? right? But the women do. I don't automatically jump to like, oh, who hurt you? And that's not my default response to anything. But you notice how all these girls seem to come to that conclusion, guys? It's because they know that there are girls out here manipulating and treating dudes like crap the entire time, right? Like this guy might genuinely have just been asking that question, had no intention to manipulate you. But like these girls, guys, all they do is manipulate. So they think that the dude is doing the same thing. Right? A lot of guys have no interest in manipulating or doing this kind of crap, guys. Hell, most guys don't even know how to manipulate, right?
No. Immediately no. And while some girls would be like, oh, that's so cute. Not me. I instantly was like, there it is. There's the red flag.
And you see, again, the reason why it was a red flag to her, by the way, is not even necessarily this manipulation crap that she's going on about, okay? Because Lord knows this girl has been manipulated many times over and she didn't give a crap because she was attracted, okay? The reason why it was so repulsive is because the guy asked what could he do for her. Guys, we are not out here asking these girls, what can I do for you? You know, I'm just going to come and do this for free and I'm going to fix that. And hey, do you need your rent paid? And guys, never do this stuff for girls. They don't appreciate it, right? What's the saying? You know, if you treat her like a celebrity, she'll treat you like a fan, right? That's how the saying goes, guys. Where if you say crap like this, it's not that she was complaining about getting manipulated. She was complaining about how the dude put her above him, and that's the problem.
I don't care how long.
And let's go back in the video and start from the next TikTok.
So think of everything that you come with as $1 million. You are $1 million.
Oh, thank you.
You're trying to give that $1 million to somebody, and they don't want it. I don't want your $1 million. Are you gonna force it on them? No, you take my $1 million. Are you gonna cry because they don't want your $1 million? Or they tell you, oh, I wanna hang out with this $2 bill over here. Okay. I'm not gonna force my $1 million on you.
Guys, oh my lord, man. Who says that you're $1 million? That's the question that I have, guys. Is all these girls who are out here with this attitude, right? This exact same analogy that she's using right here, guys, of, oh, I'm $1 million, so you should be appreciative of me. Who says that you're $1 million? Who says that you're a queen? What, all these dudes out here who are going to give you validation for nothing? You think their words mean nothing? That mean anything, excuse me? Most dudes will tell you what they think you want to hear just so that they have a chance of getting with you. That's what they want, right? Most guys will go out here, they'll validate you, they'll call you a queen. That doesn't mean you are one, right? That doesn't mean you are worth $1 million, right? If you are a girl, especially if you are on the internet and you get positive validation from people, that means absolutely nothing. It has nothing to do with reality at all. Because people are just telling you that so that they can get with you. It's kind of like a dude. If you're a dude and you've got a lot of money, people will just say things to you to try and get a lot of money. If you're a girl, right, and you look halfway decent, people are going to give you validation. People are going to call you these things. It doesn't mean you are them, right? And girls on the inside, guys, they know this. That's why their self-esteem is so crap a lot of the times.
Are you going to cry because they don't want your $1 million? Or they tell you, oh, I wanna hang out with this $2 bill over here. Okay. I'm not gonna force my $1 million on you. I'm gonna keep my $1 million, or
again, who says it's $1 million, man? Like, who says, man, the level of delusion that you have, right? Imagine if men walked around here with this level of confidence, right? You know what I mean? Like, hey, you're lucky to have my time. But girls walk around with this by default, right? Like, this is the default attitude. I'm $1 million and you should feel privileged to have my presence, right? Imagine if dudes were walking around here with the same kind of energy, man. Things are just so damn backwards.
I'm gonna go give my $1 million to somebody who wants it and is worthy of it. Just remind yourself, you are the value, not them. You're what brings value. And you're not gonna force your value and your worth onto somebody who doesn't want it.
Maybe not.
You know, man, these videos are so funny to me, right? Because these are the guys, I swear to you, these are the same girls who will sit here and cry about like, oh, he manipulated me. This guy's a narcissist, right? You notice how they use that word all the time, guys? Like, oh yeah, he's a narcissist. These girls, they have no idea what the word narcissist means, guys. It's so ironic to me that these girls who are out here claiming that dudes are narcissists, these are the same individuals that have the highest likelihood to literally have narcissistic personality disorder of everybody, right? Because these videos, guys, what they really are is their ego bait. Right? People are not, guys, like, yeah, people are valuable by default, but you're not like, oh, you know, I think humans are valuable by default, guys, okay? But here's the thing, you're not like, oh, people should feel lucky that I spend time with them. No. You know what I mean? Like, no. Okay, people don't owe you anything. People, you're not $1 million. People have intrinsic value, sure, as humans, okay? I think a lot of us can agree on that. But like this level of entitlement that these girls are walking around with, guys, is so crazy to me.
And you're not going to force your value and your worth onto somebody who doesn't want it.
And because the thing is, she can say that. Who says that her audience are valuable? You know what I mean? Who says that, oh, you're a queen no matter what, right? Every guy should like you no matter what. It's like, imagine, guys, if you're just like completely broke, you're unattractive, you don't hit the gym, you've got no friends, and you're like, yeah, I'm the value. It's like, no, see, value for dudes has to be earned, right? You know what I mean? And girls just seem to think like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna rock up and people should value me no matter what. It's, guys, it's truthfully really disgusting and it's really off-putting. And this kind of behavior is going to ensure that you will be nothing more than a side girl. Right? This attitude, guys, it literally condemns women to being a side girl and not being taken seriously by any man who has self-respect. That's what it does.
Onto somebody who doesn't want it.
Maybe not so pleasant reminder, but no matter how many nice things a guy is doing for you, if you think you can trust him, you can't.
You know, there used to be a time, but guys, before we even continue with the video, man, there used to be a time when like fathers would have input, for example, on who their daughters dated, right? It's almost like when these girls go out here and they choose dating partners, they choose terrible ones. I tell you what, guys, if here's the thing, gentlemen, if a lot of you don't have a daughter, I'm sure maybe there's some of you who are watching who do right now. But for those of you who are watching right now, I want you to imagine for a second that you have a daughter, okay? And you got to choose a man for your daughter. I would assume that your judgment for the man would be pretty damn good. You would choose a guy who's going to be there for her, who, you know, who's these things that make good qualities in a partner. You'd be able to choose them. But it just so happens to be, guys, that these girls cannot choose a partner, right? Everything, oh, this dude's untrustworthy. He cheats on me. Let me tell you something, guys. You get the men to select partners for women, oh, there'll be a hell of a lot less cheating. I'll tell you what. Right, because if, for example, if guys, you see the point that I'm making here, right? But we've gotten to a point in society where, like, if you're a dad and you try and interject into your daughter's life or anything like that, oh hell no. You see what I'm saying? But you could make quality decisions. You could find a guy who's going to not lie or not do these things, and I tell you what, if he does lie, there's going to be some consequences, right? But these girls just have so much difficulty making a decision.
I can sum up modern dating by the experience I've just had tonight, which is I went out with this guy on like 7 or 8 dates. He asked me to be exclusive, to not see other people.
Never ask a girl to be exclusive, guys. Please, for the love of goodness, never ask.
Like, mention the boyfriend-girlfriend words. And I was like, yeah, seems a little quick, but I'm into it. 5 days later, we go out for the night. And at the end of the night, when I bring it up, by the way, he says, oh yeah, I wanted to talk to you about that. I don't feel like this is right. All right, well, he's a perfectly nice guy. He was a total gentleman, green flags generally. And I'm just like, what the f just happened?
People have some
Guys, first of all, I don't believe her little narrative right there. I really don't. And the reason why I don't believe it is it doesn't sit right with me, because you're telling me that she went on 7 to 8 dates. The guy asked her to be exclusive. Fine. You would think that it'd be settled if she responded. If she said yeah, you'd think it'd be settled right there. But then she goes on to say that she brought it up at the end of the next date, which leads me to believe that maybe he didn't ask at all, or if he did, she gave a wishy-washy answer. And because she gave a wishy-washy answer, he was like, nah, you know what? I'm no longer interested. Right, you see how this crap, guys, when girls tell stories, it does nothing like fits correctly. And the reason why it doesn't fit correctly, guys, is because you're missing information. You're completely missing information, guys. Like I overheard a conversation the other day. I was like in the conversation, but I wasn't like we were in a group and I wasn't the one conversing. Okay. And this girl was saying, oh, you know, my previous partner, he wouldn't allow me to have friends, right? There's this one guy and he wouldn't allow me to have friends and it was awful. He was so controlling, you know, he was insecure was the word that she used, right? This guy wouldn't let me have guy friends. And she went on to explain that it wasn't guy friends. It was one particular dude that the guy wasn't comfortable with her talking to. And the reason why, guys, I would bet money on this was because the dude was severely hitting on her, right? So in other words, guys, this woman is in a relationship with the man. There's a dude who's strongly coming on to her, and she knows this, but she continues to spend time with him, right? And the boyfriend has an issue with it, so what does she do? She calls him insecure. And the reason why I bring this up, guys, is because the other person in the conversation believed what she said. You see what I'm saying, guys? Where you can be given information from a girl, nothing adds up, but like it doesn't add up properly, but people believe it anyway. You know what I mean? There are two sides to the story, and I'd be interested to hear the man's side, because I personally don't believe that, guys. So just whenever you hear this stuff, guys, just look for the logical inconsistency, because I can almost guarantee you there's going to be one.
I don't care how long we've been talking. If we're talking, I'm not texting you first. I'm not calling you first. And like any man, well, unless it's a girl. If it's a man and he's expecting me to contact him first, I need to end it. Like that's... Okay, I need to take my dog out, but thank you for listening.
It's interesting, right? How she has one set of standards for women and then another set of standards for men. Okay, so if a man doesn't message her first, and if a man doesn't, you know, do the things for her, then she's going to end it with the man. But it's different, I'm assuming, because she's bi, at least, is what it sounds like, right? If it's with a girl, then it doesn't matter, right? So men are expected to do things for you. Men are expected to give to you, but other people, girls or men that you're actually attracted to, it doesn't matter at all. It's interesting how that works, guys. Really interesting how men are expected to do this crap, but girls aren't. Funny how that works.
There it is. There's the red flag.
Stop yelling at me, man.
I don't care how long we've been talking. If we're talking, I'm not texting you first. I'm not calling you first.
Okay, guys, whenever I see stuff like this, I just think to myself, fantastic. You know, when dudes get rejected, man, I've seen a lot of guys like kind of take this stuff really hardly. And if you're a man who's going out there choosing to date, again, we've got a very large demographic of dudes over here. Okay, dudes who are choosing to date, dudes who are choosing to not date. But if you're a guy and you're out there dating and a girl rejects you, that should be fantastic news. And the reason why, guys, is because think of how much time you just saved, man. Think of how much time you just saved. Okay, the girls will lead you on. The default is to lead you on and waste your time for incredible amounts of time, guys. There are dudes out there who have had crushes on women for multiple years. The girls leading them on. Guys, rejections are fantastic because you actually get utility from that. You don't get utility from chasing these girls, giving them what they want for months on end. You don't get any of that. You get a utility from rejection. You're like, oh, crap, man, I just saved so much time, right? You know what I mean? And here's the thing, you shouldn't even be spending time on these girls to begin with, man. Spending, you know, hours and hours on what did this woman say right here? Let's go back for a second. This woman went on 7 to 8 dates. Man, who the hell has time for 7 to 8 dates? Like, boys, are we not out here doing things? You know what I mean? It's like, why on earth would you take out 7 to 8 dates, man? Let's assume that each of these go for a couple hours. Hopefully this dude's not out here for like those 5-hour, like, you know, whole afternoon things, right? Don't go to dates during the day, guys. But you know what I mean? It's like the amount of time that involves, guys. It's like we have better things to do, man. Better things to do. But let's continue to the next clip.
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, nobody has ever done enough for me for it to ever be my loss. The only reason I don't participate in chasing is because what's for me is for me. And if you was for me, I shouldn't have to go after you.
What do you do on those days that you don't feel that confident or fearless or powerful like you did out there?
Cry myself to sleep.
Let's do Insta versus reality.
So this was taken on the first day when I had a manic episode and flew to Greece with a girl that I was kind of friends with.
I'm going to have to skip this one because the next picture is questionable, so let's move on. Basically, she just went over a couple posts right there explaining how she was emotionally unstable before and after them.
And she posted mean things about me, but I made her take this photo because I thought it was cute. So I was actually crying about a minute before this was taken, but I really liked the background and what I was wearing, so I made my sister take a photo even though I was hysterical and going through a depressive episode. This was taken on a trip to the Maldives with my ex, and I'm pretty sure I actually called my best friend about 5 minutes before this was taken and cried about how I wanted to come home.
I'm telling you, man, that's the end of the clip right there. But I'm telling you, a lot of these girls, right, they're out here, they're posting their quote-unquote fantastic life to Instagram or, whatever social media platform is going on. Typically, it's Instagram, right? But all these girls out here, guys, posting to Instagram, being like, look at this fantastic life I have. Like, I've got my boyfriend. None of their relationships last, guys. Chances are they're not particularly happy anyway. It's interesting to me how a lot of dudes will look at women and they'll think that these girls have their lives together. A lot of them, guys, they'll talk about being a boss babe, career woman. They've got no money, okay? They've got no boyfriend, or if they do, it's a temporary one. They've got no husband, okay? If they've got kids, they're typically a single mother, or they're seeing a dude who isn't the original biological father of the kids, man. A lot of these girls, truth be told, have just completely messed their lives up. But guys, let's continue into today's Reddit story before we wrap up today's episode. And I forgot to do a shout out at the beginning of today's video. Guys, make sure that you come and join us over on Locals, okay? The link is in the description. It is totally free to go and join, guys. And if you're interested in supporting, there's an option for that as well. But guys, make sure that you come and join us over there, just in case YouTube decides to do its thing and, yeet us from the platform, guys. Make sure that we have that extra line of communication. Come over there, create an account. There are lots of other content creators going over there as well, gentlemen, so make sure that you come and join us. But with that being said, let's continue into today's Reddit story as we wrap up today's episode. So here we have a little bit of a story from our favorite subreddit, guys, FDS, okay? And it begins by saying, how to deflect dating questions from friends, family, and co-workers. And this has the flair of level up. So they go on to say, the older that I get, the more I consider questions about my love life to be invasive. Inevitably, when I see a friend or relative for the first time in a while, they always ask, are you seeing anyone special or some variation? When I say no, then I get unsolicited puppy dog eyes and an, oh, you'll meet someone. Especially in 2022, for some reason, it has gotten really old really fast. Yeah, you see, because if you're a girl, guys, the longer that you as a woman go without a relationship, that's fine. Hey, if you don't want to have if you don't want to get married, okay, you don't have a long-term relationship, hey, that's fine, right? But here's the thing: if you're out here and you want a relationship and you don't have one as a woman, you can have one by default, guys. So the older you get, it basically just communicates that you're screwing around on the streets. That's all that it communicates, okay? This woman goes on to say, I am sick of it. This is on the same level of privacy invasion as asking newlyweds when they are going to have a kid, when a family with one kid is having a second, how someone's marriage is overall, etc. You have a right to privacy about your dating life, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Yeah, you see, the reason why she's so upset and emotional about this, guys, is the fact that she doesn't have a man. That's why it's so invasive. Because if you don't have a dude, especially if you're over 30 as a woman, it basically communicates some pretty negative things about you, because the thing is, if you get to that age and you don't have a man, the question is, why don't you have one? Now, if you don't want one, fine. But if you have wanted one, or you want a boyfriend or anything like that, and you don't have one, you are doing something wrong, and it's on you, and she doesn't like it. So in any case, you need help with this. I put together a list of polite responses to deflect these questions and keep your dating life private. This will help you level up, because then you won't feel anxiety or like you are put on a spot having to justify your singledom. Not everybody suffers anxiety about this, but for those of us who do, it can feel like game over when this happens or we are caught off guard with it. Ways to answer. Have you met anyone yet, or similar? 1. Thanks for asking. I don't discuss that topic, but smile and insert something interesting you've done recently. I don't know about you guys, but if you ask a girl, you know, and you say, hey, what are the, you know, how's your dating life looking, or whatever the hell the question is that she started at the beginning. I personally couldn't care to ask, to be honest with you guys. But, you know, if you ask a girl that question and she comes around and she says something like, oh, I don't really discuss my dating life, or I don't discuss that topic, you know that the reason why she says that is because it's going poorly. And the reason it's going poorly is because of her. Let's continue. I appreciate that you are thinking of me like that, but I keep my dating life private. Then smile and ask a person a fun, relaxed question about themselves. Yeah, you see, the reason why you keep your dating life private is because you do it poorly. Right? If you had that guy that you wanted, right? You had that marriage, that long... Guys, most girls that you ask, I swear to you, like, they want that husband. They want that Prince Charming, right? But a lot of them, they can't get him, or they push it off and they go, you know what, I'm just going to use marriage as a scapegoat for my life, the things that I haven't done, and I'm just going to use a man, and that's what's going to happen when I get older. Let's continue. Number 3, I can't wait to tell you about it when I have met someone. There it is. But in the meantime, I have smile and share other accomplishments or goals that you have met. So she hasn't met somebody, right? Again, guys, the older that you go as a girl and you still haven't met somebody, it just communicates more and more red flags. That's all that it does. Take note of smiling when responding. This will put the other person at ease. Somehow I get the feeling that this won't do that, but okay. And hopefully prevent them from apologizing for asking when it's not really necessary. To take this a step further, ahead of a social event while you might get questions like this, prepare a list mentally of other conversation topics to use with that above. Perhaps 3 interesting things you've been up to, 3 possible questions to ask others, and 1 to 2 recent accomplishments that you are proud of. I haven't found similar tips anywhere, unless I've been searching the internet incorrectly, so I hope that this helps somebody. Yeah, you know what? I think this will help a lot of ladies out here who are, you know, will never find a man. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there, so as always, guys, make sure to drop your thoughts and your comments, and as always, guys, come and join us over on Locals as well. Again, the link is in the description, guys. Totally free to go and join. There's support options if you're interested in supporting the channel, but guys, make sure that you come and join us over there, just in case something happens to the channel. But gentlemen, we're going to be leaving it there. Make sure you take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you boys in the next episode. Peace. Yo, what is going on, guys? Past Taylor here. Just want to say thank you if you made it to the end of today's video. With that being said, make sure you go and show some love to the editor of today's video, guys. You can find free Apple Watch wallpapers over on his website, www.applewatchfaces.io. Make sure you head over there, guys, and bookmark the tab to show some support for your boy. He's gone through the blood, sweat, and tears of putting together today's video, guys, so make sure to go and show him some support for what he has endured today. Take it easy, guys, and peace for real this time.